Hi, this is Pastor Beth. I'm coming to you today with the Give Me Five. And so this might be a little more kid-oriented, but really not so much. And I've found all these years in kids ministry that pretty much what you can say to the kids, it's really good. Teaching moment is really good for us adults as well. So I'm sure your week has been crazy. It doesn't look like it normally does. And I think it's really important to just be okay with that. That you don't have to pretend that everything's okay, because nothing looks like it did a few weeks ago. And just to remember that God cares about you, and that could start to sound a little repetitive after a while, but it is so true. And that He knows what you're going through, and to go ahead and tell Him that. Because He also tells us to cast our cares on Him, to tell Him what's bothering us, because He cares about us. So make sure that you're doing that. And also make sure, though, that you're thankful for some things. And maybe, I'll tell you, one of the things I've been thankful for really is this great weather. And I know we've got some rain coming, but I've been so grateful for this weather. Maybe you're grateful to spend some extra time with your family. Or maybe that gratefulness ended about 3 days ago. And maybe you're worried about what's going to happen 3 weeks from now. But just go through today. And Jesus tells us that each day, just take each day at a time. And maybe you've got some projects to do in your house that you haven't had a chance to do. But whatever it is, take a moment pretty regularly and ask God and just tell God how grateful you are. So if you heard me talk at all before, you know that my favorite verse is Jeremiah 29:11. I'm going to read that to you really quick. It says in the New American Standard, "For I know the plans that I have for you, declares the Lord, plans for welfare and not for calamity, to give you future and a hope." But then it also goes on in those other two verses to say, "Then you'll call upon me, come and pray to me, and I will listen to you." And it says, "And you will seek me and find me when you search for me with all your heart." And so that's just some really good encouragement for us in those verses to go back to Jeremiah 29:11 through 13. But I want to show you this game. So we have this game at home. It pops up pretty regularly. It's kind of funny. You see it in more and more places. It's called Bean Boozled. And it's from Jelly Belly, and it's got all of these great flavors in it. So some of them are toasted marshmallow, birthday cake, berry blue, buttered popcorn, peach, chocolate pudding, and on and on and on. But then there's some other flavors. Stink bug, dirty dishwater, toothpaste. I don't know, I've had some toothpaste I really like the taste of. Rotten egg, barf. Spoiled milk, dead fish. Not so fun. And what they've done in this game is that they've made them all paired together. So if I took two of these, and one of these is berry blue, and one of these is toothpaste. Now that's probably not the best combination, because most of us don't hate our toothpaste flavor. I hope you don't. Change toothpaste, son. But maybe if I grab these two, and here we go. One of them is toasted marshmallow, and the other one is stink bug. And they both look alike, and I have no idea which until I taste it, which I'm not gonna do. You can't tell by looking, but you can tell when you bite into it. And that's kind of like us. We're gonna look like the rest of people. I look like a people, you look like a people, we all look like people. And you never know until you get around someone, but we should not taste like those other people. We should not be around. We should be able to be different from the people around us. They should be able to tell that we are a toasted marshmallow instead of a stink bug, or that we are peach instead of barf. And by doing that, if we take a look, one more verse I want to read to you is from the book of Galatians, and it's really, really familiar to everybody. And it's Galatians 5:22 and 23, and it talks about the fruit of the Spirit. And there it talks about the fruit of the Spirit is love and joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, self-control. And it says, against such things there is no law. Those are the things that make you berry blue instead of, not berry blue, chocolate pudding instead of canned dog food. That fruit of the Spirit. And so I want to encourage you this week, don't be like this game where people are never quite sure what they're going to get when they come to you. Be working on that fruit of the Spirit. Keep reading through Galatians 5:22 and 23. If you didn't know what to read this week, but you wanted to work on your devotions, go to the book of Galatians. Read that fruit of the Spirit. Remember that God wants you to be an example of that to people, especially during this time, and that you reach out to God and He is there for you. So that's my Give Me 5. It's actually 5 and 24 seconds, but that's all right. You folks have a great day, and we'll see you soon.